Hello everyone and welcome to this Pytest tutorial series. In this particular tutorial, we will learn to execute our test in parallel using Pytest-xdist plugin. So let's begin. Pytest-xdist plugin is very much popular because it enables the parallel test execution across multiple CPU cores or even across machines. Now the question is that why we need to use this plugin. We need to use this one because it will significantly reduce the test execution time, especially for the large test suites. Now consider that you have a test suite containing thousands of test cases. Now if you don't use this plugin, your test will execute one after one, right? It will increase a time. But using this plugin, you will execute your test in parallel. Okay, so it will significantly reduce the time of your test script suite. Okay. So let me go to the browser, and here what you need to do is that you need to search for Pytest plugins, and this is the official documentation. Just click on this one, and here you will find a lot of very useful plugins for the Pytest, and simply Control F and search for Pytest-xdist, and here just go down. So this is the plugin. Okay, so this plugin for distributed testing, most importantly across multiple CPUs. Okay, and just click on this one, and this is the official page for this particular plugin. Now we need to use this pip command to install this into our project. Okay, so just copy this one and go to PyCharm over here, and in the terminal just go here and paste this one and press enter. So it will install this plugin into your project. Okay, now once the installation will be done, so let me go to the documentation over here. So click read the docs over here, and so here you see that running tests across multiple CPUs, running tests in a Python subprocess. So there are different ways. So we have already installed this one, right? And here are the key features. You can go through these ones over here. And in order to run with this one, the syntax is really simple because you need to provide the number of threads or number of execution using -n, and then we need to provide the value. Okay, this is really simple to use. Now let me go back to PyCharm over here. Let me create one new Python file, and let me name it as xdist demo. And what I do is that I will create the 4 test cases, and we will see how we can execute them in the parallel. Okay, so let me create f test underscore 1, and I will go with the simple assert statements. Assert 1 plus 1 is equals to 2. So let me copy all of these and paste it over here. So third test case and the fourth test case. Let me change the names over here. So change it to 2, and then I will say 3, and this is our 4. And let me change some assertions in order to see the difference. So what I'll do is that instead of this, let's go with 2 into 2 is equals to 4, and then I will say like 3 minus 1 is equals to 2, and then assert 4 divided by 2 is equals to 2. So these are very simple test cases in nature, and what I'll do is that simply we need to import the Pytest over here. So I'll go here and import this one. Okay, so the Pytest has been imported over here, and you see the formatting. Just click on this formatting and everything will be gone over from here. Okay, now in order to run this one, so there are multiple ways. So simply what I do is that go with the current file and run this one. So here what happens is that the execution go one after one. Like your test case progress, you see that 25% of test case done, 50% of test cases done, 75% done, and 100% done. Here you might see that the execution was really fast because here there were only 4 test cases. Assume that you have 1,000 of test cases, then in that case it will take a time. Okay, so now what I will do is that let me scroll this down, and now as we have already installed the plugin, so simply I will go to the terminal and I will execute this one. So simply what you need to do is that Pytest, okay, dash n. So how many parallel executions I need? So for example, I'll say 2, okay, and here I need to provide the file which I need to execute. So inside this project, so this is basically xdist. So I also need to change. Let me rename this one. So I will say test. Okay, so refactor this one, and here I will say test this one, right? And now if I enter this one, so there will be 2 parallel execution. You see that 2 workers are working in parallel. So here the execution time got significantly reduced because of the parallel execution. Now even what I will do is that I will say, okay, here instead of 2 I can go with the 4 here as well. If I press enter this one, so this time you see that 4 workers working, right? Now the 4 parallel execution happened in this case, so it will significantly reduce time when you are working with the large test suits. Now what happens if I give a number which is larger than the number of test cases? Okay, for example, I will say 6, okay, and if I execute this one, then what happens? So simply it will say, okay, the 6 workers are working, but 4 items are collected, right? So in this way, you can done the parallel testing in this particular plugin. Now, the best practices says that you should choose the right number of workers to automatically determine the optimum number of workers based on your system CPU cores. So it's based on your system CPU cores. Okay. The second thing is that avoid shared resources or use synchronization mechanisms to handle concurrency. Third thing, isolate dependencies to avoid version conflicts. Okay, so these are the few tips, and this is really easy to use. Simply install the plugin, use -n and the number of workers you want, then it will execute the parallel test for you. Okay. Thank you so much for watching this tutorial. If you like our content, then do like, comment, share and subscribe our channel. Once again, thank you so much and see you in the next tutorial.